This is the Nightwolf howling at you, and today we're going to take a look at a Barbie doll. This is the DC Supervillains Catwoman line. Oh, this isn't Barbie, this is Jakks Pacific, isn't it? Wow, I honestly did not realize that when I picked this up. I honestly thought this was a Barbie doll. So this doll was $40. I found it at Walmart. They had Poison Ivy, Harley Quinn, and Supergirl. The way they did the dolls, and I'm going to pop the picture up here. On Catwoman and Poison Ivy, it looks like a cross between their Batman counterparts from the movies. So from Batman Returns with Michael Keaton, and then the Poison Ivy looks like the version that they did in the Batman and Robin movie back in the 90s. And DC Superhero Girls, the second series of them. Like this Catwoman specifically looks like she might be designed after that Catwoman from that cartoon with modifications from the Batman Returns movie. That was a lot to say very little, right? But anyway, I had to pick this one up. They're $40 right now at the store, so... But we turn this to the side here and we see an image of Catwoman from the comic books, except for they decided to darken her skin to go with the figure that they decided to do here. The other side is just meant to look like a novel. And the back. Catwoman with claws as sharp as her wit. Catwoman is the ultimate cat burglar and one of DC's most iconic characters. Sleek, sneaky, and stylish. This supervillain prowls the city to steal whatever she wants thanks to her expert martial arts and acrobatic skill. When she's not swiping jewels and outsmarting heroes, Gotham City's greatest thief is also known as Selina Kyle, the perfect foil to Batman. Catwoman is unforgettable, meowsivant. Her ferocious escapades inspire this captivating collectible Catwoman doll. Let's just go ahead and open this sucker up, shall we? Let's see if we can figure out how to open this sucker up, shall we? I don't think I've picked up a doll from Jakks Pacific since they did the Wings dolls. Let's hope they've improved their dolls since then. You know, this actually is a pretty nice backdrop of a pinkish version of Gotham City. And yes, I was trying to be careful with this so I could possibly use this as a background for my thumbnail. Can you see all of the stupid little plastic tabs on the back of this thing? Look at this. This is fucking ridiculous. Okay, so we finally got our Catwoman out of there, and I cleaned up all the stuff. Normally, with the plastic doodads, if I miss a couple of them, I don't worry about it because they're clear and they don't really show up very well on the camera. Or at least not super noticeable. But however, since these ones were black, they showed up real good. Let's go ahead and throw our stand together. Alright. The stand is designed to go together one way because it's got the little notch there and a little tabby there. And I think this might actually be one of those ones that permanently lock into place, or yeah. I mean, yeah, you could force it out if you really want to, but it's not super easy. So unlike some of those old Monster High stands where it fell off that without when you looked at it funny. Alright, so our Catwoman's hair is slightly styled. There is some glue in it. Not in the whole thing. Just some strands are glued and some aren't. I like the little swishy thing with her hair here. The face sculpt, not sure how that looks because... Oh, okay. Her mask is part of her ears. Well, that sucks. And of course, there's a rubber band to hold those in place. Oh, fuck. Seriously? What the hell kind of rubber band is this? Alright, so first, let's go ahead and take a look at the mask design here. So like I was saying, the mask and the headband are one piece, which is what kind of keeps them both on place pretty well. We do have some silver marks on the side. I'm guessing to kind of look like earrings. There's 2 on one and 3 on the other. Although these ones are kind of more of a bluish silver to this grayish silver. The sad thing about the way that this character is masked is that you can't actually see what the face looks like underneath. So you don't know if you have eye wonk. And I think I have eye wonk because this eye here looks like it is not tempoed into the proper place. It looks like it's in a little too far. So that sucks. So she will be wearing her mask quite a bit. This is obviously not a Barbie doll head. It's a little thicker around the face than you would see with Barbie. And her lips are a little bit more pursed than what you see with Barbie. But the lipstick does look okay. I do kind of like that they did that, you know what? I don't know what it's called when somebody has irises of 2 different colors. However, we do come with some other issues here with the eyebrows are not positioned right either, it looks like. Actually, now that I look at it, it kind of looks like neither one of the eyes got properly positioned. Because I don't know how well you can see this. I'm going to have to do a close-up here, or try to. You can see where the outline of the eye is supposed to go on these, and it's not sitting in there quite right. Plus, when we look at the eyebrows, now, I don't know if this is just supposed to be a questioning eyebrow or if it's tempoed in the wrong spot also. It actually could be supposed to be like raised up like that because it seems to be a different shape than the other one is also. Or it could just be a major up. I'm not sure. So the face on this doll is a nice design, but it looks like bad quality control may be playing a huge part in this face. Maybe that's why she's got the mask, so that can hide all their flaws. The problem, though, with this design for the mask and the ears is that the ears kind of sit up there. I thought maybe once I got her out of the package, it wouldn't do that. And maybe they're trying to hide that with the ponytail there. But yeah, there's a big, huge gap between the top of her head and the headband. Which if you do try to get it all the way down, you know, it kind of pushes all this stuff down out of the way. So that doesn't work well, since the mask is designed to fit on her ears like glasses. As I was saying before, her outfit is designed to be more like the Catwoman outfit from Batman Returns. You can especially see that in the stitching that's on these boots here. And then the stitching on here without quite the craziness to it. But still, the black and white stitching is very much reminiscent of that Catwoman. Her fingernails are painted red, which is a nice touch. Although her hand is, of course, black. I don't know if these ones are designed to come out. It feels like it could come out, but I'm also afraid if I force it, I'm going to break something. So I'm not going to do that. I think this bracelet would probably look better if it was on top of the costume and not bunching it up. Looks like she's got painted on underwear probably. We'll actually strip her in a bit. What's weird, there's glitter on her skirt over here. And I don't know why, because I don't see glitter on any other part of this doll. And because it's not even really patterned, I'm not even sure if that's supposed to be on there or not. But she does have a tutu crinoline type of skirt piece on top of a micro mini skirt in just black cloth. Not even the pleather here. Let's see. Her boots come off. It's just the old-fashioned plastic boot. The heel has some texture on there. It looks pretty nice, actually. They didn't try to do anything funky like make it look like a cat. She has no articulation in her foot, and she's just in the basic Barbie foot pose. Oh, and by the way, there are holes in the tights here, but from what I could tell, there's only one other doll of her, and those holes, at least these ones, which I could see before, were also in there. So that seems to be on purpose. So let's take both of those off because, oh, those hands are going to have to, well, maybe not. All right, so we'll take the bracelet off. We're going to go ahead and take her dress off because this is a dress, not a skirt and top piece type of thing. Well, this is interesting. Okay, so I don't know how YouTube does censoring for dolls, so I don't really want to take that all the way off there or show the front. But what's kind of interesting here, so she's actually wearing cloth panties. Like, honest to God, they made her cloth panties. Give me a second. Okay, so there is no, like, patterning or anything else on that doll. So the panties are just panties. There's no fake panties underneath, like, you know, how with Barbie they go ahead and do, like, the VD warts all over to make it look like she's got panties on. Now, what is really disappointing with this figure is the articulation, from what I can see. Because obviously, looking at this, there's a single joint in the knee, single joint in the elbow, and, you know, in the wrist. Oh. But let's go ahead and put her stuff back on with the magic of technology. The last accessory for this Catwoman is her purse, which actually is slightly open. Like, the cut is in there, so you can look in there. Not that there's anything in there, and not that I think you could actually fit anything in there. But it's also got, like, the pearl handles, like her pearl bracelet. We got little whiskers, ears, and I guess these could be eyes. It's so weird. Okay, so they painted the whiskers, they painted these little corner things on here, and the ears on the front, but then you turn it around, the ears in the back, okay, that makes sense that they're not, you know, painted because of their ears. But it still has whiskers back here, and then these two little things here. But for some reason, they still painted the clasps up there. I'm not a big fan of purses with figures, just because they usually look awkward with the figure. Also, if you take a look at the stand is designed specifically to be at that height. The Monster High stands or the Rainbow High stands, they all have a bit of a stuff on the top here so that there's some leeway to move that around in. There ain't none of that here. None at all. Also, just a quick note, I don't think I mentioned this before, but she's got these cute little pearl cat earrings. Okay, articulation-wise on our Catwoman here. Head. Wow. So it's probably on a ball joint type of thing in there, or the doll's version of a ball joint, so you can wiggle it around. But the truth of the matter is, we can make her nod side to side. Is that really what you call it? Tilt the head side to side? But if we try to do down or up, she just goes right back into position. So basically, she can cock her head and spin it, and that's about it. There is no waist or boob cut. We can hinge the arm out. Wait a minute. Did I miss something here? No, I did not. It's kind of a loose joint. For a moment there, I thought there was a butterfly joint that I didn't see when I had her naked earlier. So, yeah, up and down and spin around. Obviously, cloth costume does make it harder to do a full 360 spin. As we saw when we had her naked, there is just a single joint in the elbow, and it kinks back quite a bit there. So it looks like your arm's broken. Spin at the wrist, in and out articulation here. Again, no waist swivel. But doll articulation, we can kick up that far. And we can kick back that far. And we can spread our legs only that far. The knee does bend at about 90 degrees, maybe a little bit better. That's it for articulation. So something I did not mention, but when I looked at the figure when I stripped her, she's got boobs, like actual boobs, not the Barbie doll we're barely putting there kind of thing. And her waist is a little smaller than what we see, say, with a Barbie doll. Like, definitely Mattel would have done something really different with this doll if they had been in charge of it, I'm sure. And we wouldn't have as shapely of a body. The only bad thing is, of course, as I was saying, the lack of some of the more standard articulation that we're getting in collector dolls, where we have no double jointed elbow, no bicep cut, and like no waist or boob cut. So it is pretty much just a standard generic doll body that could be used with any doll. Here's the real question though, I guess, is would I say this doll is worth the $40 I paid for it? No, not really. Besides the fact that I think they screwed up the quality control on the face, which is a big one right there, let's be honest. The lack of articulation is also really disheartening here. I'm not expecting them to have like the ankle rockers or anything like that, but double jointed knees, a thigh cut, bicep cut, and double jointed elbows, that is becoming more standard on collector dolls. So that is really a big disappointment from Jakks Pacific. But again, this is kind of, I think, the standard articulation that Jakks Pacific has done in their dolls for a long time, because I do have most of the Winx dolls that they made back in the day. But those are my thoughts on this figure, and I'm kind of wondering what yours are. Do you like this overall design? And I am wondering, what price point do you think this doll should be at? Like I said, when I bought it, it was $40. I don't know if I'm going to get any of the other ones unless they go on a sale, which if these are Walmart exclusive, they won't go on sale until they go on clearance, basically. So that being said, I'm curious as to what you do think of this doll overall. Do you like the design? Do you have any complaints about this? Especially the articulation, which is what I'm complaining about the most. But if you did enjoy this look at our Jakks Pacific version of a Barbie Catwoman, please feel free to scratch that like button. If you want to hear more of my nonsense in the future, you can subscribe. Perhaps you'll want to claw that like button a little bit. Thank you for watching. Peace and love.